The Lavra House reflects the relationship architecture can create between the space and inhabitant. No house is the same, and, in this one in particular, the architect Ricardo Azevedo realized that he drew the project enthusiastically at the site. The sooner the architect knew the reality and the people, the quicker the lines slid from the sketch to the execution, without intermediate stages. This approach was possible due to the inner relation between the architect and the client, speaking the same language. This factor allowed total freedom in the project. The best results happen when someone trusts what the architect can do. It's hard because designing is predicting the future. Here, the architect had total freedom. Only the time frame and the fact of being in the construction while designing could condition them. For all of this to be possible, somewhere in the process, there is always someone who helps the risky and tangled aspirations with whom the total sum has to be harmonious. The living room transforms into a porch. A sculpture by Paulo Neves, when opened, gives us a wine-tasting experience, a carved door, an organic feeling which provides an amazing experience within the outside garden. It is a glass house reminiscent of a precious jewelry box, using transparency to relate the interior and exterior, allowing nature to become part of the daily experience. The lobby, the expansion of the living area, and a new social volume define the three clear volumes that are elevated from the base without breaking the relation with the predicted nature. This expansion of the program is a reinforcement of the intention of linking the inside and the outside. The evolution of the project has its baseline on the resolution of problems that were identified when analyzing the pre-existence. A house from the 80s, with a traditional line, archways, a plinth where the house landed, and a garden around it. Usually, when thinking about architectural rehabilitation, there is a thought about history. However, there are a lot of constructions without architectural value, which was the case. The relation between inside-outside was non-existent. There was a feeling of distance between the realities. There was a need to connect these two environments in order to emerge and become one. The inside becomes the outside and the opposite as well, within the relations of the program. Therefore, the concept of the project sits on the will of being simultaneously inside and outside without identifying its limits. Thinking about the involving nature brings us to a sensory game within the different spaces. Which one of them belongs to a specific environment, seen by the chosen species and its character? For instance, we can see the social aspect, surrounded by the tropical greenery and the grained marble, which gives the inside of the house a distinct atmosphere. even though the house was near the sea, until now there was no sight of it, recalling the dichotomy of separation of realities. To solve this constraint, a suite was built with a balcony, a second-floor overlays, giving a closeness to the horizon. From now on, the house glimpses the sea. The sea was close by but couldn't be seen. Now the boats who wait at the Porto de Leixões are the background of a glass wall who opens up into the horizon. It is the house of a gardener, a man who belongs to the trees, to the cedar, to the maples, to the air breeze. The house can't contain him. These spaces convert themselves into a house without walls. The garden was a blank space that the inhabitant, shaped as a sculptor, craves a rough stone into a diamond. When it comes to the house distribution, the strategy was to unify and gather all the program sections by order. The suites are given the sense of quiet and privacy needed, while the living rooms connect in harmony with the charming pool area, which unfolds in different levels with exquisite materials and a wall which converts into a waterfall, providing a relaxing water sound.